men come down here from New York and from Florida to find out my reasons on rock and roll music and why I preach against it, and I believe with all of my heart that it is a contributing factor to our juvenile delinquency of today. I 100% believe it. Why I believe that is because I know how it feels when you sing it. I know what it does to you. And I know the evil feeling that you feel when you sing it. I know the lost position that you get into in the beat. Well, if you talk to the average teenager of today and you ask them what it is about rock and roll music that they like, the first thing they'll say is the beat, the beat, the beat.
What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to After Loadout here in the Brookstone studio, brought to you by Georgia Fire Hot Sauce, the Wallet Drum Key, and Signal Fire Agency. My name is Brian Harris. I'm here with my main man, Josh Green. Josh Green, how we doing?
Slicker and shit.
I'm sorry, what now?
Slicker and shit.
Okay.
It's still icy out.
Oh my gosh. And it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to snow, but I think it's supposed to get like 40 this afternoon. So we're good. I'm ready for it to be. I'm over it.
Yeah. This is last week we talked about it.
Yep.
And nothing's changed.
No, well, there are only 40,000 people now without power.
Yeah. Power's slowly in Nashville, slowly coming back. But I mean, the ice has gone nowhere.
I know. It
hasn't been above freezing in a week.
I know. I think it hits 40 today. Catherine just got her power on like Saturday.
Oh man, so a whole week.
Dude, this is messed up because I talked to her and you drip your faucets, right?
Right.
Because you don't want your pipes to explode. Mm-hmm. She checked her water bill and like, dude, it's like a couple $100. And I'm like, how does like companies, they've got to work with you there, because one, it saves you money, company, because we're not bursting your pipes where you have to come out and fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That has been an issue. I think some lines, like main lines, did bust.
Yeah, my buddy Brad, I think he said he's been out of water since the day after the storm hit.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, I mean, you don't realize, losing power and water, man, it sucks. Yeah, it's horrible. But yeah, the ice needs to go. I'm tired of it. Like, I'm over the weather. And I love snow days. Like, I was excited about it and it hit, but then all the trees started exploding.
Oh yeah, I know. Just sounded outside.
I know, dude. Every 20 minutes, like something's hitting a power line or hitting somebody's house, and I'm just like, dude, I'm over it. I'm ready for summer.
Yeah. I won't go that far yet. I like the winter, but I don't like this.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Also, we're, I think here in I'll be fine in, what's today? The 2nd. I'll be fine in 19 days. That's when baseball starts.
Spring training?
Yes. So excited. This is the time of year you're like, my team's going to win the World Series.
And you were just telling me you got tickets, for not opening day, but second day.
Yeah, on the Saturday we play the Royals, which, are you going to come?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
like, dude, we'll go down there. We'll do some stuff. You hadn't been in Truist yet, have you?
No, I haven't been to the park. I've been to the Battery and like walked around, and it's really cool. But I haven't been to a game at the park yet.
We went. Oh, that was cool, man. We went last year. We did. The band did a podcast.
I remember Paul telling me about that with I forget his name, Scott.
Yeah. So we did the podcast, and then we actually went to the game, and it was the Mets. I think it was the first first game of the series with the Mets, and we ended up coming back, and like Black Bear Smoke and those guys were there.
Yeah.
So it was like really cool. I think we just bought general admission and just kind of walked around, and then by like the 7th inning, we're sitting in seats.
Dude, I was in New York. I guess it wasn't this past season, but the season before, and I extended my trip for a day because the Braves were going to be in town.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, went to it's not Shea anymore. It's was it MetLife or something?
Is it the Mets?
Yeah, that's not MetLife. That's football.
Whatever
the name of their stadium is.
It sucks, just like their team.
Citi Field.
I hate the Mets.
Yeah, but man,
it was good.
It was good. It was cold and rainy, and the air just like circulates in there. So I'm in there shivering, and I want to say it was like April.
Yeah,
but one thing that was really, really cool is, you're in Queens and there's a lot of Spanish people. So there's a lot of Mets fans, but there were like a ton of Ronnie fans.
Really?
I don't know if they're Venezuelan or what, but like ton of Ronnie fans. So I didn't feel, and then walking around the city the whole day, I was in Manhattan for the day before I went out there, and I had my Acuna jersey on, and it's all the Yankees fans who are like, "Yo, y'all beat the shit out of them today."
Dude, that's one of my things. Like, I hate, like say that you just hate a team, right?
Yeah.
And then you actually go to their stadium or you meet their fans and they're like super cool. And you're like, dadgummit, man. Like, I just want to hate you so much, but you're cool and your stadium's cool.
Dude, it was like I sat right behind left field, so right behind Ronnie.
Yeah.
And he was giving batter's gloves to kids.
Did you want one?
Kind of.
Did you almost steal one from a kid?
I didn't know, but I could have taken that punk.
I know, like, dude, I always see when like people catch the ball, and like I've never caught a ball. I've never been even close.
Yeah.
But they'll give it to like a little kid. I'm like, dude, you got to be fighting demons to do that because you're on camera.
Man. Dude, hell, it was the same year, I think, the Falcons played the Titans, and man, I spent a grip of money to buy 4 tickets right on the 50-yard line. I couldn't get first row. I was second row, directly behind the Falcons bench.
Yeah.
And I'd go there, got a brand new Falcons starter jacket, bought my stepson one, bought my stepdaughter, my girl gear, and a pocket full of Sharpies. And I'm like, man, let's go. They only signed for kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm like, man, like, do you know how much money a kid didn't spend shit?
I heard, dude, when you meet like people that you really like, the one I met one time, I know, sorry. No, the one I met one time. So I love wrestling. I love wrestling. And I got to meet Randy Orton. And this was in New York. I was flying back. The Viper. Yeah, the Viper. And I always heard he was kind of like, not a jerk, but he just didn't want to take pictures. And I'm like, dude, I'm a 30-something-year-old man. But I walk in and I see him, and I'm in the airport, and I walk in and he's standing there, and I was like, and I just like turned around and walked out, and I walked back in. I'm like, hey man, like I'm a big fan. Like, I love wrestling. I think you're one of my favorite wrestlers. And he took a picture, but dude, you could tell that he just did not want it. He was just like, okay. And I was like, man, thank you so much. But
dude, I'll show you whenever we get off the air. Dustin, our guest last week, he went to, I think it was Raw here in Nashville.
Yeah.
And got front row seats for him and his son, but it was like that corner seat, right? When they were walking out.
Yeah.
And his son got some figures, and one was a Randy figure. And CM Punk stopped and signed a shirt for him. And then Randy stopped and was like, "What's your name, kid?" And like signed it. And it's all on the air.
Yeah.
So his son goes viral on Twitter, like, and wrestling viral. It's like, who's this kid? Like, he must know somebody.
Really?
Because every player, or every wrestler stopped and said something.
That's hilarious.
But it was like, no, they just bought good tickets. And the kid was out there wanting the stuff signed, and everyone stopped, and they had the perfect seat for it.
So you gotta love it when you meet people that you're just, because if you see these people in life, they're monsters.
Oh, dude, even the small guys.
They're massive.
My buddy married when I was in high school and just got out when we were 18. He dated through high school and then married Marty Jannetty's niece. Mm-hmm. And do you know who he is? Mm-hmm. He was in the Rockers with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's from Columbus.
Yeah.
So, and he was on Dark Side. He's has his demons.
Yeah. He was on the Dark Side of the Ring or whatever. Yeah.
But I'd go to his house because they knew I was a big wrestling fan. And he had moved back to Columbus, and I'd go see him and like hang out with him. end up being 18 and having to like be his DD to bar.
Really?
Yeah.
You're loving it, aren't you?
Kinda like when Miss Elizabeth died, this was the early days of the internet, so it wasn't instant. Like there wasn't like a TMZ that posted it.
Right.
And he got word through the boys, and he called me and was like, "Hey man, Elizabeth is dead, and they're looking for Lex right now. She died in his apartment." And I was like, "Oh fuck."
Lex who?
Luger.
Is
That's on dark side. He didn't do anything. She OD'd, but then I think he ran or something.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, I think he's like messed up now, right?
He looks every bit of his age and then some.
Did he get sick or something?
He might have. He looks it.
Yeah. Last time I saw him, man, he kind of looked like Randy Travis.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Got that stroke face.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's sad, man. Because I remember Lex Luthor, like
He was-
the torture rat. And
He was supposed to be like the new Hulk, like the
Yeah.
big, but like the American, yeah. He's
dude, the Dark Side of the Ring stuff, like it's truly, it's crazy.
it's really good. I
Yeah.
enjoy watching all of them.
I do too. Like the behind the scenes stuff. When you see character like wrestlers like not break character, but like be themselves and talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Is really really
Break
cool.
kayfabe.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. My dream job growing up would have been being like Stone Cold's beer tosser. He's so my top 3 probably wrestlers of all time. Stone Cold is number 1, Sting, and then Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Dude, I loved Goldberg because I think Goldberg has one of the best entrances.
Yeah, he stole it from Kiss, but
but dude, like you get
he's
the
also
security.
he's also the shittiest wrestler.
I know, like dude, you'll have people talk about that, but he just for some
Bret
reason,
Hart hates him.
yes, they hate each other.
Well, he like kicked him in the head or something, I forget. And he blames him for basically ruining his career and having his like aneurysm or stroke or whatever he had.
Yep.
Like it can all be tied to him being a shitty wrestler and not knowing how to correctly hit people and sell a move and all that stuff.
But he'll even tell you, he was like, I was like they brought me in, I didn't know what I was doing, they threw me in. But I just think like the streak and everything like that, with him. And I remember like the match, I was so excited. And this is the only time that I really ever hated Hulk Hogan, but it was Sting and Goldberg. And I have it on VHS somewhere where I recorded it. And I was so excited about this match, but it ended because Hollywood Hogan came in and messed up the match. And I was so mad. And but yeah, I was so excited about that match.
I was a WWF guy, and earlier, before I would go see WCW when it was in town, WCW. But this was pre-Nitro, so I was never like into Sting and Goldberg. Kind of into Sting, but like I was Ultimate Warrior and Tatanka and all those old WWF guys. And
what about The Rock? Were you into The Rock?
that came later with the Attitude Era, and I was still watching it. And that's when I got really into like enjoying the cutting of the promo. And I think that's whenever like that took off, like the promos he was cutting and Stone Cold was cutting. Like the other day, because it's all on Netflix now, even though I had the network, and then it was on Peacock, but I watched that King of the Ring from I think '96 where
he cut the promo.
Yeah, where he beats Jake the Snake. He's like, "Get that piece of trash out of my ring."
That's where like 2 of his most famous That's the Bottom Line
and 316.
Yeah, that's where it all came
Yeah,
from.
he's like, you can talk about your Psalms, talk about
Thump your Bible, yeah.
talk about your John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, "I just whipped your ass."
What? Dude, Stone Cold is just if you wanna see me kick his ass, give me a hell yeah. Like, dude, he was, and like people would throw, his beers, and so he was just, dude, he was my favorite. I love, like, if I ever get a chance to meet Stone Cold, I would be like a little kid. I'd be like, Mr. Austin, like.
I remember him in the Hollywood Blondes with Brian Pillman.
Yep. You're going old school.
That was my era, man. I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, but dude, I still love it. Like,
yeah, I'm behind.
WrestleMania is still great. Did you end up watching the Royal Rumble this?
No,
past
I haven't
weekend?
watched it. I need to.
Well, man, they've changed. Like, it seems like every couple months they change it. It was on Peacock, and now it's like on ESPN. And it's so. Pretty soon they're going to be like, "Hey, we've got this idea where we put this box in your house, and you get all these streaming." And you're like, "What do you mean, cable?"
Yeah.
Like we're going back to that because there's so many like streaming sites now. It's hard to keep up, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You ever been to they don't call them pay-per-views. They call them like, I forget, like premium live event, PLEs.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one?
I haven't been to a pay-per-view. I've always wanted to, if WrestleMania ever comes.
It's coming. Like, because we're supposed to get a Super Bowl and WrestleMania, and I think WWF, not a
WWE.
Specific, not a specific year, but they've like said when the stadium's built, they'll definitely.
Let's go.
Yeah, 100%.
Me and Rich.
I went to SummerSlam a couple of years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
When it came here?
Yeah.
I want to go. But yeah, me and Rich went a couple of years ago. It was like a Monday night and found tickets for like $30. And I called him. I was like, "Hey, you want to go?" And because, they win awards every year for their production. Mm-hmm. And I did production for a while. I worked for this company, and Rich did too. And just watching, and I didn't realize Vince McMahon ran the show. Like he was back there going camera 1, camera 2, camera.
Yeah, gorilla position.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, their production as a whole is truly one of the best. That every year they win awards. Like it's insane.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I love going. Summer hates it, so if you want to go,
yes,
I go to most of the Raws when they're in town. Not too much of the SmackDowns because they're on Fridays. I got something better to do.
Yeah,
but the PLEs, like I've been to Night of Champions and I've been to SummerSlam. It seems like I've been to one other one, but I only go like when they're here. I'm not traveling for it.
No, there's people that like travel.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you're into it, but I think that the best just watching on TV is like the reactions, especially like they'll do a kick out and like the whole crowd just goes nuts.
Well, man, speaking of premium live events, the Grammys last night.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts? Really?
Dude, yeah. Okay. I'll say this, man. Like, I know it's like the arts and stuff like that, but why is everybody just dressing up so freaking weird?
Dude, I went to the Grammys 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the fun part.
No, I know. And dude, I will say this, man. The girls.
I dress like Chapel Rowan. Like I wear a nipple ring. No, I'm just playing.
Dude, like some of this stuff, like the one girl that came out, she had it looked like a snake and it went around and it just covered up like her boobs, and it was just, dude, some of the stuff these people were wearing, I'm like, it's crazy. If I was a parent and I had an 8-year-old kid and I'd be like, you're turning this off.
Yeah. I just wore some nice like raw denim jeans, a cool dress shirt I'd bought, a blazer, and then this custom hat that I had made. You've probably seen the hat.
Yeah.
But I wore that, and man, I got compliments on it. And then I went to the parties afterward. It stormed 2 years ago.
How are the after parties?
I went to the red light party, and it was fun, man. The Black Crowes were there.
Nice.
And I didn't talk to them. They're my favorite band. And I was like, let's see if Chris talks to me.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
I've met Rich a couple times, and
he's real quiet.
Real quiet. He was real. It was back when they were doing the Magpie Salute.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the Black Crowes,
tour.
They're going on tour with Whiskey Myers, which we'll have to try to go to that. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed about it, but
what do you mean?
It's just, and I get it, but it's at Bridgestone, and I don't want to see that at Bridgestone. I'll still go, but
we should go.
Man, Bridgestone is just, I don't like arenas for that. That should have been a 2-night at Ascend.
I think Ascend. I saw Black Crowes at Ascend.
Yeah, I went to both nights. Actually, Chris guest listed me the second night through a mutual friend and left me killer seats.
Well, we should get for Bridgestone. Get your friend up. But no, I'm excited about that. But yeah, back to the Grammys. Okay. I think the outfits were a little, man, some of this.
You'd never wear that bra.
No, I would never. I would probably wear it just as a joke. But dude, some of the new artists, I don't know. I think disco's kind of back. because I think a lot of this, like the Olivia Dean, which by the way, I love that song. It's been stuck in my head. I think she definitely should deserve to win that. I wasn't big on the Tyler, the Creator.
Oh man, I love that one.
I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's weird.
That's why I like it.
I know that's
Put
like,
artistry in hip hop like the way Andre 3000 did, which I know you hate Outkast.
No, I do not. Do not say that. I do not hate. Let's go back to this. I love Outkast.
But I like the artistry where it's not just the same old tripe that like a lot of these young trap rappers are doing. Like it's real art and you know, pretty high caliber art. Like I loved the Pharrell and Clips stuff, and Pharrell 52.
Yeah,
dude, they were. Like,
I like how Trevor said something because I was like 52. I was
Summer
like,
and I were watching, and she's like, "Did he say 52?" I was like, "Yeah." And then the immediate thing was like, "You should have seen the crowd."
I know. I will say, all right. So some of my favorite performances. I love how they kicked off the show because I think Bruno Mars. I truly think Bruno Mars could be compared to the Prince of our time.
Whoa,
yeah, dude.
He's got no soul. He's good. He's good. No soul. Prince had soul.
I'm just like, as far as like the playing guitar and the showmanship and stuff like that, I think he's on level as one of the better ones. Because I love Bruno Mars. I thought what was his name? Leon Thomas.
Leon Thomas. He was
as
cool.
the new artist. And then I loved the Post Malone Ozzy tribute. But my thing is this, dude. I'm a musician, so I don't want people to get up there and just backtrack stuff. I like seeing a live band. I mean, you had,
it's just, I agree. But this pop stuff is not meant for that. And also on that stage,
yeah,
like you don't want to fuck up.
No,
So,
I get it.
But yeah, I liked, the Ozzy thing was part of the bigger one. Reba was probably the best singer of the night. Even though I loved Bieber's. But like the Reba thing, and dude, I love that it showed Todd Snyder, Raul.
I did like the Todd Snyder shout out.
Yeah, the picture on the back, and like Raul was up there, Todd Snyder, Brandon Blackstock, just a bunch of people I wasn't expecting, and then it goes into the Ozzy and showed all those people, and then the D'Angelo tribute with Lauryn Hill, and
I loved when Wyclef Jones came out and
John.
they did Wyclef John, and then they did the
Killing Her Softly.
Yeah. I still every time my brother used to sing that song, and and when they broke into that, like that was a cool one. I love when they do like throwback stuff like that.
Yeah.
You
know? I think Lefsetz said it best in my opinion. He sent an email out, Bob Lefsetz, right afterwards. Where the music industry right now, like the biggest sellers, the real story of the music industry is Latin music and country music.
Yeah.
Not this pop stuff.
Yeah.
And they're shoving, and of course, Bad Bunny won 2 awards on televised.
But you knew he was going to win the album of the year because he's doing the Super Bowl.
They're shoving this pop stuff down our throats, and like Cat's Eye, like what? Like all the they're just shoving it down our throat, and it's not the story. It's not what people are listening to right now. I
will say the only person I think that probably did get a little screwed is Tyler Childers. I think he should have won it over Jelly Roll.
He won Song of the Year, Country Song of the Year, though.
Yeah,
it just wasn't televised.
But the one that, and also, why didn't they, like, Zach Top won
something? They didn't televise any rock. And, rock was back this year.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't televise any of it. They didn't televise the traditional country, which I kind of expected. But it's weird they didn't televise it. And then you see Charlie Crockett sitting on the floor.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Do you think if Childers would have been in a nominee for that it would have been on? Because he wasn't even.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
But I mean
Zach Top was sitting on the floor too, and he won it. And, and he's more mainstream than Childers.
Yeah, but I know, like, I don't know Jelly Roll. I don't know him at all. But man, like his speeches, you get, like, is he gonna do that every time?
Oh God.
Like,
yeah, we gotta stop.
Dude.
Turn the music on him. Jesus.
I mean, but like
Dude, he is. Have you ever met him?
No.
Nicest human being.
That's what like everybody says.
Yeah.
But dude, it's like, he's like, my radio's bigger than my window, and that's because you can hear what's coming. And I'm like, dude, and he's like it seems like he's just yelling the whole. I'm like, man, just get up there and
he turns into a
preacher,
a black preacher every
day. I'm like, dude, like we get it, man. Like, like one that I thought was funny, not funny, but like when Gaga started crying when she won, it's like when Taylor Swift, she's like, I can't believe this happened. It's like, come on, like you've won like 1 million of these things, like, But no, I thought it was the first one I've watched in a while because one, my girlfriend was there. She had a couple of artists that she does PR for him, and she was there. So I told her the whole time I was like, I watch it to see if I see you. And she was actually on the red carpet. She sent me a video where she walked behind, I forget who it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she was like, I made it on the show.
Yeah, I didn't get on camera when I went, so.
Did you not?
Nah, shit, no, dude. I was up in the fucking stands.
Bro, I would be on camera. You'd see me in 17 shots. I'd just walk by and be like, oh, sorry. They'd be like, dude, get out of the way. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I had really crappy seats up in the stands, and then.
Is that because you weren't nominated?
Yeah, I wasn't nominated. I wasn't nothing. Surprised I was let in. But we actually had a sweet old company because we had a bunch of nominations, and so I was in this like WhatsApp group, and it's like, yeah, come down to the suite, and like the head of music and everyone's down there. So I try to go to the suite, and security's like, you're not allowed back here, buddy. I'm like, dude, like. Everyone's right there. Like I'm not even going to take a seat. Like I'm going to a private suite that this company spends buku's amount of money. Yeah, like come on. Like no, buddy.
Well, I think
a lot of people's girlfriends are back there.
They're like everybody uses that excuse. But I was talking to Catherine about this. She's like, it's not like. The way that the awards are won and stuff like that, like the voting and stuff like that, I still think it's a little political. Like it's got to be, right?
No, I mean it depends what you mean by political.
Like Jelly Roll winning over Tyler Childers. Like I think there's something about it. Or Bad Bunny winning Album of the Year. Like he's doing the Super Bowl, so of course he's going to win the biggest.
Well, here's the thing: you've got 15,000 voting members across every category,
right?
Like how they became voting members. You've got Christian artists voting on or people that got their voting credentials through Christian or jazz or something like that, and they're voting on hip hop.
Right.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They just see a name and they're like,
yeah. So your name, and then major labels and agencies and whatever else, management companies. If you're like a big conglomerate like a Red Light or something, they're going to send out emails. You can't. I don't know what the laws are.
Are you giving secrets here?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a secret, but like, they'll encourage if you're a voting member to, hey, we have these clients up for
these awards.
So, like, if you're a voting member, consider voting for these because it helps the company. So,
right.
So, I mean,
does the email end with "We know where you live"? No. Vote for artists. We know where you live.
It's just encouragement. No one knows who you voted for.
Right.
I've gone against that plenty of times because I didn't like the fucking artist or I liked something more.
Right.
Well, I'm not a voting member of Grammys, but I am on other awards, and I've gone against it. But no, I mean, so you skirt it, but I think it is the bigger names are always going to get, whenever someone isn't knowledgeable, they're just going to fucking put that bigger name, the Jelly Roll, the Childers and stuff.
But I think,
or not, Jelly Roll versus Childers. Jelly Roll's the bigger name. He's
right.
Get that.
But sometimes I just don't feel like the best always wins.
No.
And that's what I mean when I'm saying the political thing is because, like you said, you're going to see a name. I would, and I would like to bring somebody on from the Recording Academy and explain like the process of like how do
I mean, I'm a member,
well, okay, explain the
but I'm not a voting member.
Right, but explain the process. Say that my band, say we release an album. How do you submit to that? Like, what's the process for that?
There's submissions.
Does somebody have to do it for you, or like if I was a solo artist and I'm doing everything myself, can I submit my stuff?
I believe so.
Okay, that's
I've never done that, but you really just talk to a manager that's done it. Like we'll get like Adam Barnes or somebody on here.
yeah.
I believe so. But then out of all those submissions, it's also whittled down.
Right.
And then it gets to the 5. But then you can vote on those. And I think everybody that's a member votes on those submissions to whittle it down to like 5 or whatever. And then the 15,000 voting members. And to become a voting member, you have to have actual like artist credits. So like I'm a professional member. I'm not a voting member. You actually have to be an artist or have a certain number of credits on albums.
To
like
vote?
Yeah, like be an artist or a producer or songwriter or something, like not just a professional member.
Yeah. And I know at one point, I think we had talked about doing the recording. I think it's like $100. It's like a member, this was years ago. It was like a member's fee, like $100 a year to be in. And then I know that's kind of how you submit.
For the Grammys?
Yeah, for the Grammys.
Yeah, it's like 100, 150. I forget what I pay.
But dude, even like,
actually, I let it lapse this year.
Yeah.
But you need to be recommended by 2 people that are already
right
members in good standing.
Yeah. It's like the Broken Skulls or whatever. But no, it's one of those things, even if you don't win, just to be nominated like that, that can change your, like truly like help your career and change it. Because man, once you get that, you're going from 1,500, cap rooms to 10, like that can change your career.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's definitely, it means something. Now I have to look at all the winners. I haven't. We're recording, relatively early this morning. So I didn't see what all was televised. I know my boy Shooter was nominated for a couple. So hopefully he walked away with one. I saw Turnstile won Rock. Childers won. He did win for Biting List, Country Song of the Year. So congrats to him and Ian. Saw Charlie, what's up, Charlie, sitting on the crowd with his wife Taylor. Saw Mandolin sitting out there. So it was really cool. Your girl was there. So the Grammys is a fun thing for the industry.
And okay, so kind of back to what I was saying about like, okay, my question about this, like I don't like Morgan Wallen. Never. I'm not a big fan.
Next week's guest, actually.
Yeah, he's coming on next week. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to throw a chair at him.
Yeah,
but no, like why is he never like nominated and stuff?
I'm pretty sure he has been.
Has he?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't put out an album this year, did he?
I don't know.
Oh, well, there's your answer.
But he's never going to win one, right? Has he won one? I don't think he has. I don't even know if
he's pretty controversial.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If you're one of the biggest artists in the world and you're not even has he ever been nominated?
You gotta.
Has he?
No, Morgan has not. He has 2 nominations.
Yeah, but he's never won.
No.
Yeah.
So,
what's
your point?
But I'm saying if he's one of the biggest, like one of the bigger artists in the world, like why is he not winning these world?
I mean, they didn't vote for him.
Yeah. Is it? But that's what I'm going back to. Is it because people are like?
But I mean, that same with the freaking Oscars or something. Like, just because it's the biggest film doesn't mean it's always going to win Best Picture. Like, Slumdog Millionaire wins, and it was filmed in India.
Dude, you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Movie.
That's not the point. Like, we're comparing big to biggest. It doesn't mean it's the best, and people didn't vote for him.
Yeah.
But either way, Grammys last night. I need to check and see who all the winners were, but congratulations to all of them, and look forward to some more award shows. I enjoy watching them. Post, Duff is super cool / coolest dude walking the planet. That was a cool performance. Bieber put some pants on, but you rocked.
We hadn't talked about this. Dude, Cher.
Oh, dude.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
decided that was a good idea?
I don't know. Okay, is she on something or is it just she's just old? Like, dude, it was so like it was so awkward. Like she comes out and and know her hands are the lifetime achiever, whatever it was.
She can't move her face because it's so stretched so far back.
But then she's like, "Okay, I'm out of here," and he's like, "Before you leave, could you
come back, read these awards?"
Oh, and
then she gives it to Luther Vandross.
But the crazy part about that is she calls out Luther Vandross, and then Kendrick stands up like he knows he won. I'm like,
because the name of the album, name of the song is Luther.
Okay,
so she read Luther and goes Luther Vandross.
Yeah,
and the name of the song is Luther.
Right.
So clearly he won.
He had a big night. Which, dude, I love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I love Kendrick too.
I think he's good.
You ever seen him live?
No, I've never seen him live.
I've seen him at 2 different Bonnaroos. He crushes.
I saw SZA live when we played the Hangout. She was one of the big artists. Dude, I think she's very, very talented, but man, her show that year was just kind of boring. Like, I remember,
really?
Yeah. Because, we went and saw Paramore, and they just rocked the stage, and then SZA comes out, and it was like everything's just kind of slow. But I think she's great, but I think her and Kendrick, that song's really, I like it. But, he had a big night. But, dude, yeah, the Cher thing was just like, it was.
Yeah, man, put that one to bed.
Yeah.
It's time to not bring her back.
No, dude.
Sorry, Cher.
But no, it was like, she just, I don't know if she was on something, if she was drunk.
She's 80 years old, man.
Is she 80?
79.
She looks great. Yeah. She looks great. But dude, it's like she got up there, thank you for my award. It's like, no, we need you to announce this one.
Yeah, and then she didn't open the envelope. She's like, oh, they told me to be on the screen.
Yeah.
God.
It was, Don't do
it's
again.
it's like, handing your grandparents an iPad. Like, that's what happens. But anyways, guys, got a good show. Actually about to bring him on now. Jon Hardage from More Music Group, talent buyer. Books some clubs, books festivals, corporate events. Want to talk to him, see what he what he looks for, what causes him to take a chance on an act, and what clients are looking for. Meaning his clients, the people he purchases, talent for.
Yes, if he wants to take on the McCullough kid.
Yeah.
He can start booking me, because you won't.
He's not an agent.
Nah, yeah, I know. I've been telling Josh to put me on his website, so we're going to do it.
All right, Jon Hardage.
How you doing, John?
Doing great. How are you guys?
You got the audience applause, by the way.
Yeah, we got a big crowd here.
Yeah, we do it live. So,
dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know it was last minute, and I was kind of begging, but I've been wanting to have you on to talk about your side of the industry, and and also to beg you to stop taking money off me each night on the poker tables. But
yeah, we're gonna get into that too, because I'm tired of it as well.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, tell the listeners like what it is you do and kind of how you got started in the industry.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been, I run a company called More Music Group based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, but we do shows everywhere, anywhere there's a need. And we are strictly talent buyers, not promoters in a traditional sense. Mm-hmm. But, anytime there's a private event that wants, talent for somebody's birthday party or a corporate event, things like that, that's what we do. We do 500 plus dates a year, something like that. Stay pretty busy and, run lean and mean. We're a 7-person company and yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't realize y'all were doing that many. Is that 500 different events?
Yeah, right around. Well, dates over the course of the year.
Gotcha.
So,
oh, wow.
we do have some club contracts and things like that. So, we do 100 plus dates at those clubs over the years.
So you do clubs as well as festivals. What's like in your portfolio these days?
My personal portfolio, one of our bigger clients is a company, the Sweetwater 420 Festival down in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the preeminent jam band festivals in the country. And this year we're branching out. We actually just announced it last week with headliners Humphreys McGee and Thievery Corporation. So
Oh, cool.
we are kind of branching out more into the indie space this year, a little bit by design.
Yeah,
But
I mean, growing up in Atlanta, that's a huge one. Like I know you've done, Snoop, all the jam bands, like everyone's played that, right?
yeah, absolutely. We
Yeah,
used to
I
be,
think that was the first time we met. John was doing the 420 Fest.
I think so. Yeah, I was going to say, I think we had you guys on there before.
Yeah, I think we've done maybe two. I think because I remember one year I think we were supposed to do the COVID year, and then I think it got pushed back the next year.
Yeah. That was a rough one.
So you got 420.
Dude, that was very rough.
So you have 420 Fest, and what else is in your personal portfolio?
Couple of the larger things I work on are, it's not active right now, but Salvage Station in Nashville, North Carolina was a very well respected venue right there on the water. It got,
I think we've done tons of dates there together.
We have, yeah. It got washed away in the hurricane last year, but
are they rebuilding it or what are they doing?
In a different location, yeah. They're coming back in 2027.
Nice.
Gotcha. It's great same because that was indoor and outdoors, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, they want to keep the Salvage Station vibe, the ethos, consistent. So that's why it took them a little while. It took them about a year to find a spot that they wanted to move to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but very, very, very DIY, very independent, very much like after my own heart. Very, very, very much people that I love and love working with. So. And then other than that, right now I'm working on Portsmouth Pavilion in Portsmouth, Virginia. It's a 6,500 cap boutique. Working a lot of shows in the Outer Banks at Roanoke Island Festival Park, which is a beautiful site right on the Sound in the Outer Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool having the ocean as your backdrop while you're playing a show.
Is that like a series or what?
We're gonna do 10 to 12 shows there this summer.
Cool,
something like that.
Hard ticket shows.
It's hard ticketed, yeah. It's all ticketed stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I work on a variety of charity events, and I'm working on some corporate stuff right now. Brian, you'll probably remember a couple years ago, you and I were hanging out at Ocean Fest in Surf City, North Carolina.
Yep.
And I actually just sent your agent an offer for you guys to come back to that this year if you want. So
yeah, I told Josh, I was like, we actually just got a message about it. So I gotta see what everybody's saying. But yeah, I think we'll definitely come back. That was a great time. I mean, because that's one that's like kind of close to the beach and stuff like that too. And we love that festival. That one's fun. It is a little bit of a long drive from here, but other than that, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's a cool vibe, and all the money goes to charity to support like ocean-based causes. So pretty
if
cool.
If you don't want to, give me a call.
Yeah, is that the girl that still strips down at the place here in Nashville? Charity. It all goes to charity.
Yep. So yeah, I try and stay diversified in what I do. I've worked with ski resorts over the years. I've worked with beach bars. We've even, for a while, we were managing bands. I spent 9 years co-managing the Whalers with my partner. We're what was left of the Whalers.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a while, I was managing Neighbor and Fireside Collective with a couple other guys. So we try and stay diversified in what we do.
Was that all under the More Music Group umbrella?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. How did you get into this industry? I mean, everyone, I think, wants in, but everyone has their own path of actually doing it,
I get asked at least twice a week if I'll hire somebody. It seems like everybody wants to get into it, and it's just kind of funny when
I'll stop asking, man.
No, it's all good. It's just kind of funny
every week. It's me and Cam.
I basically stumbled backwards into it. When I was in college at Virginia Tech, I was volunteer running the concert board on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Most schools have volunteer concert boards and things like that. So, I was doing 6 or 7 shows a year, which is most schools just do 1 or 2. So it was just something I enjoyed more than my classes.
Yeah.
And got to know some people in the industry. Mike Jones, who the owner of More Music Group, yes, that Mike Jones. No, he kind of an icon in this business, and he ended up being my mentor. He hired me before I was even graduated. and had me come work for him and kind of taught me everything I know. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things of like the music industry people don't realize is like truly like in the music industry, it's about who you know. I mean, you don't really have to go to school to be, you know, but so, you know, you were saying that you kind of just met somebody. I mean, how did you say you met him? It was just kind of
So Mike was booking all the shows for Virginia Tech. So he was as a talent buyer, you know,
Mhm.
he had worked with Virginia Tech since the mid '80s, I believe. So this was in 2007. And so he'd been working with the school for over 20 years at that point, but he was our contact. You know, whenever I wanted to book a band, it's not like I was calling the agents. I was calling Mike Jones, and he had the contacts. You know, he was the booking guy for the school.
What was his number?
Yeah, is he still got the same number? Is it different or?
No, that's awesome. And it honestly, that seems to be the most common story I hear is being on the concert board or the entertainment chair for your frat or something like that, and then stumbling backwards into it. Like everyone has a different story of getting in the industry, but that's the one that I hear the most. You know, other people, they go to, you know, take a music business degree and then they end up doing something completely different, or, you know, can't find a job where like that path actually gives you like hands-on experience.
Yeah,
which is what
no, for
everyone
sure.
wants. Yeah.
It was so funny because Mike, I remember he called me in December of, I guess it was 2006. And he said, I want you to come work for me. I was graduating in the spring of '07. And I was
Mhm.
like, I gotta finish this degree. I can't, my parents will kill me if I don't finish it. He's like, you're coming to work for me. Figure it out. And so I figured I had 2 classes left. I switched them both to be online classes, which wasn't really a thing back then too much. You know, now it's common, but back
Yeah.
then online classes were rare. But I was able to switch both of them to be online classes. And then he was like, I need you in January after Christmas. I was like, I can't do it till February. I just wanted some time to hang with my friends in Blacksburg, and ended up moving here before I even graduated and started working for him, and then went back to walk in May. So yeah,
So
kind of a unique
you're from Virginia originally then?
Charlotte, North Carolina, actually.
Oh, gotcha. All
Yep.
right.
So what were you gonna do? What was your degree in? What were you gonna do before you got into this?
Started off in engineering. I went to Virginia Tech because I wanted to be an engineer. It was
Mhm.
between that or Georgia Tech, and I ended up choosing Virginia Tech. After 2.5 years of engineering, I think I had a 3.0 GPA, you know, B minus, whatever. I went home for Christmas, and my dad was talking to my dad. He said, "How you enjoying your classes?" I was like, "Yeah, they're okay, whatever." And he goes, "You don't like them?" I go, "No." And he goes, "Then why the fuck are you still doing it?" And I remember thinking, "Oh, maybe I should change and do something else." So I at that point I was really getting into the music stuff. You know, I'd always been I always played. You know, I started piano at 5 and drums at 12, guitar at 14, bass at 16. But it seemed like the organizational side of the business really spoke to me. And you know, I'd been volunteering on the concert board for a while, and I said, I think this is something I can figure out and really make a job out of. So I switched my major to business, just the most generic business degree you can get, business management. And I was like, just get a degree and get out at this point.
So
So
you dove in head first, but it's worked out so far.
so far. Waiting. I tell people I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
That's why we get into this business, man. Is so we don't ever grow up.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I saw too many like Motley Crue videos or something, and I'm still like waiting on the private planes, and you know, the party turns out it's just stressful, and I'm getting old. But yeah, wanted to ask you. So you're buying for a client, and like let's talk Sweetwater or anything. But so the client clearly has not necessarily targets, but what they want as far as branding their festival. How do you, you know, let's say you have something that you like that think fits. Like, how do you, you know, kind of talk to them and make them see your way without, you know, completely ruining the relationship? Or if
Yeah,
they have like a really shitty idea and you know more about talent buying than they do, and you're like, look, I know you're a fan of this band, but they don't mean tickets. They're not going to push it over the line. Like, this is a really bad idea. How do you talk to them and get them to see that you're right?
well, first off, I'm not always right, but I like to think I am.
Well, the
It's a
agency is
really
right.
it's a really delicate balance,
Mm.
figuring out, and it took years, honestly, for me to learn. And I used to sit in Mike's office just listen to him talk to clients on the phone. When I was
Mm.
starting out, I was like this. He would say, "Just come in here and listen, and you'll figure out like how to. You don't want to smooth talk. That's not the right way to go about it. But
Yeah.
it's a delicate balance, and every client's a little bit different. I've got some like Jen who ran Sweetwater for years. I would be on the phone with her for hours and hours, just like running names of bands, trying to decide, does this fit here? Basically, booking a festival is like putting together a puzzle. It's making sure the puzzle pieces all fit together correctly. So
Yeah.
we would
So
spend
it's not
hours on
just a
the phone.
complete blank slate. They're pretty hands on as well.
Well, it depends. It depends on the client. There's other ones that just want us to book it and handle it.
Yeah.
And then, but most of them, I will say, are hands on and want to be involved in the process.
Mm.
What's important for me too is to understand the client's goal and vision. Not just in booking a festival, but like booking a concert series. What kind of balance of genres do we need to have to make sure we appeal to, the broadest amount of people? For example, booking this concert series I do here in Virginia Beach for the city. Just gotta make sure we're incorporating a little bit of everything to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever come into one of the, like Josh was saying, where, they're like, hey, we want this client, and you're like, this is a bad idea? I mean, does that happen a lot where you're like, this is not going to work, and then it doesn't work, and you're like, kind of told you so?
Or,
It-
even if it's not a move tickets, but it's a
Bad fit. I
bad
guess.
fit, or just a client that's, behind the scenes stuff that's going to be troublesome.
I always shoot a client straight, and tell them, like, if there's something I know about a band, I will
Mhm.
tell them.
Yeah. Do you want
Um,
this headache?
they're very actually. There's only one band that I will never book. I will not name names, but uh, yeah, let's just say lawsuit. We're threatened, so I'll never
Oh,
work with
damn.
them again. Yeah,
Yeah.
through no fault of my own, but all good. But yeah, I always try and shoot a client straight. You want to make them aware of what they're getting into, and if they make the decision that they still want artist A, so be it.
Yeah. As far as our podcast, I think besides sharing some road stories and like the stuff that doesn't make the press release, we also want to help newer up and coming bands do things hopefully correctly, or at least not wrong, and how they can make a living at this. And one of the everyone wants to play live, and new bands obviously struggle with leaving their hometown bar scene and getting out there. Let's say you discover a new band that's not necessarily worth a lot of tickets yet, but you want to develop that relationship with them. How do you go and tell the client, like, hey, this will be worth something in 3 years, but it's worth nothing right now, but let's get in early and then bring it back in 3 years?
Let's build it.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually artists like that, I'll try and slide them onto, concert series, free events, things like that, where, I might have a little bit of budget to give them. It's probably not going to cover their expenses, but it gets them some exposure in the market, and then try and build them from there.
Yeah.
Really, really great example of that is a band that I love called Ripe out of Boston, Massachusetts. They're pop funk. The first time I booked them was on Sweetwater in 2016. I think I paid them $500. And I've put them on just a ton of events since then because they're fun and upbeat and just the nicest guys ever. One of the few bands that I would actually consider friends.
Yeah.
But I was talking to their agent last year or something like that. And he goes, "You've done more for this band than any other promoter out there." I was like, "That feels kind of good."
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it kind of like a leverage thing? Like they want this client, and you're like, hey, I'll get this for you, but you also have to throw, like, say, Ripe on there. Is that kind of like a way that you can approach that, or no?
I try not to. I try not to quid pro quo. You know, if a client doesn't want something, I don't want to force them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But right.
how
Yeah.
did you find them? Was it through their agent pitching, and you just took a liking to
Actually,
it?
was actually through one of my colleges. More Music Group, you know, as a talent buying firm, has a ton of college booking that we do,
Mm-hmm.
from, you know, Virginia Tech to Old Dominion University to West Virginia University, all sorts of schools. But I still work with a school called Davidson College outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Really cool. It's just small private school down there, and they always have. Seems like so many schools come to me with like a list of Grammy winners, and it's like, this is what we want. And Davidson always comes to me with this list of obscure artists that I've never heard of. And honestly, I love it. It forces me to go through and listen to all these artists and research them and get to know their teams, which I may
Yeah.
not already know. And so I remember one year Ripe was on Davidson's list. And I was like, who's this? I started listening to him. I was like, these guys are fucking good.
So did you find them an agent or help get them one?
Ironically, the next week, I'd sent the band an email to their Gmail address to
Mm-hmm.
ask them about what they'd quote for the school event. And we hadn't made an offer yet. And then a week later, I get a call from their agent, a good buddy of mine, Jason Kupperman. He
Oh
was
yeah, I
at,
know Jason up in New York.
yeah, he was at Paradigm at the time. And he goes, I
Yeah.
heard you were talking to a band, Ripe, about playing Davidson. I was like, how did you know that? He goes, oh, I just signed him. So,
That's cool. Yeah, I actually met Jason I guess a year or two ago up in New York at Brooklyn Made before it shut down. He had, oh God, I wonder if that was the band playing. I forget. He had a band playing, and I was there with Anthony Makes and just hanging out. And I don't know if you ever went to Brooklyn Made when it was open, but it had this cool like private, I'll say balcony, but like very small and kind of hidden where it was for the promoters and the agents to look down. Like it wasn't open to anybody else, and it was very small, so it was kind of hidden, and the crowd didn't know you were above them. But you had this like perfect bird's eye view of the crowd and the stage, and Jason was up there watching his band. But yeah, super cool dude.
yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah. So that's a story. Are there other ones? Like, how would you recommend a new band approach you whenever they don't have market history or anything, but they do want, they want that shot?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I get a ton of, unsolicited emails. I'm sure you do too. A lot of it, unfortunately, doesn't get listened to. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, there's only so many hours in the day, and you got shit to do.
Right. And I mean, I probably get 10 or 20 of them a week, so I just don't have time. A lot of times, the new bands that are coming up, they'll have found an agent by the time they reach my desk, and the agent will call me and be like, "Hey, I need you to listen to these guys. Help me out with them where you can."
Yeah,
that's usually the way it goes. When it comes to unsigned bands, it's rare that I get seriously involved.
Well, and that's kind of where, I mean, I understand, but it's kind of where I want this to help and like make those unsigned bands do it correctly. Because I find that whenever they send me these emails or whatever, they're just too wordy. They like include way too much information, and it's like, dude, if I've got time, I'll check it out. I don't need you to tell me everything about you. Like I'll decide if I like it within 20 seconds of listening to it. So like,
and that's the thing. Like, don't send a terrible. Don't lead with a terrible promo video. If you haven't hooked whoever you're trying to hook in 20, 30 seconds, like it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, they'll send emails that's like, dude, why did you write Love and War here? Like, I'm gonna skim it for 5 seconds. But man, so you've been doing this for a while. You've done, a lot of big things. Tell me some war stories if you don't mind, like where you something, you don't have to name names, but like you had to solve an issue, on your toes.
Or name names, like throw it out there, man. Let's go.
Just name the Vagabonds.
Yeah, you can say it. It's fine.
I should have come up with some stories before I jumped on here.
It's
just
fine.
fucking
Make
Vagabond,
them up, man. Nobody knows. Just make us sound cool at least.
I think my favorite one, and it's with a legendary performer who is no longer well respected anymore. Let's just we'll call him Mr. Cosby.
Oh,
I was doing a show at a school. Actually, it was actually we had Bill Cosby booked for 2 nights at a school, or two shows in one night, 2 comedy sets in one night. And after the first set, he can't see very well, so I was waiting for him on the side of the stage. And this was before, obviously, he got canceled. But I was waiting for him on the side of the stage. He finished his set. He walks off. I give him my arm, walking back to the dressing room. I said, "Mr. Cosby, can we get you anything to eat?" He said, No, I'm good. I'm just going to take a quick nap and call my wife before the second show, which was about an hour later. About 40 minutes later, I'm standing outside his dressing room, just kind of waiting. I hear, "John?" And I walk in and I say, "Yes, sir." He said, "I'd like to order a pizza." And I said, "Well, you go on stage in about 20 minutes, sir. I don't think we're going to have time to get a pizza delivered and have you enjoy it before your show." He goes, just let's just order the pizza. So I said, "Okay." Not going to argue with him. Went and got the client, brought her in, and said, "Where can we get a pizza as quickly as possible?" And she started protesting, and she said, "Mr. Cosby, like, you're not going to have time to eat pizza. It's very important that we go on time with the show." And after she kept protesting, he kept saying, "Let's just order it, just order it." And finally, he put his hand up. And he said, "The longer we spend talking about it, the less time they have to make the pizza." So I dragged her out of the room. And at that point, I was like, "Order the fucking pizza. There's 15 minutes till his set at this point. Tell them it's for Bill Cosby." The pizza was there in 10 minutes. And he ate 2 slices. He ate 2 slices before he went on stage. So, yeah, I don't know why that one always just sticks out in my mind as, I don't know, one of the more fun stories. But
it got done. And he was, at that time, he was liked.
Yeah.
My, how the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Get your own fucking pizza, Cosby.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know there's got to be like situations like that come up all the time because, I mean, especially live, there's always something going wrong. And, I think artists sometimes get, it's like, just get up there and play, man. Like, it's got to be hard. But, so how you said you've been doing it for what, 20 years? Is that correct?
Almost 20 years. Yeah, I started in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah. So, More Music Group went through kind of a shift in the last couple of years. Kathy Moore was the original founder. She passed a couple of years ago. And then Mike, who was my mentor, actually passed in December of 24. And we had a plan in place. He was planning to retire and passed everything to me. Passed the reins to me, I should say. But wasn't quite on the timeline that he'd planned. So we've had a kind of a shift in the last year. I brought some people on. I've, trying to keep the ship going. And we've got a great, very dedicated staff. Got some young guys that I'm very excited about. Great support staff. And so, yeah.
Are you all based in Virginia Beach?
We originally, we used to have an office, and then during the pandemic was the first time we got rid of it and went work from home. And we haven't gone back to an office since then. Most of us are in Virginia Beach. There's one of us in DC, one of us in Texas, and one of us in Asheville, North Carolina, actually.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, man, before you go, let's talk some poker real quick.
Yeah, you owe me money, by the way. I hate when your name pops up. I hate it because I'm like, there's a couple people that get on this table. So tell them what we're talking about. So we do a little,
We have a private. It's an online league, but we play almost every night.
I get emails all the time. Yeah,
it's music industry, a lot of music industry, and then just some random people from leftover leagues. And we play $25 rebuy game, and then a $50 rebuy usually. But Hardage has. He's
a poker shark.
Yeah,
don't let him lie to you. And you are one of the people that I hate playing with because every time I have a good hand, you're going, I'm all in. I'm like, dadgummit, man. Like, I can't go in with that, man.
See, I actually like playing with you because I I know, well, not all the time, but you make like correct moves where it's not just like chasing and then I just get fucked on the river. Like that.
That's why I don't like playing with you. Like,
If I bet big, just fold because I have it. You know.
I know. I've learned that.
Yeah.
When
No,
did
you know,
you get
it's
yeah,
funny.
when
Like
did you get into cards?
I started playing poker in college, 20 years ago. Back, it was during the poker boom when
The
Moneymaker was,
Moneymaker years.
yeah, yeah. But I was never really serious about it. We would
Hmm.
play, my buddies and I would play like $5 games, or we'd go to the bar in town that would have poker night that, you could win gift cards or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd play, but I never really got into like the theory of it or anything like that. So the last couple of years, for some reason, I've just gotten like bit by the bug, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And I started really like studying theory and nuance and just a bunch of different things. And
Are you all GTO now?
I'm definitely at the casino proper twice, 3 times a week, something like that. So,
Oh man, I wish I lived that close to one.
I know. We need. Hey, next time you come into Nashville, man, let's all go. Let's go to a poker room.
Yeah, we'll
we
go for the
definitely,
barrel.
yeah, we definitely need to do that. I think last time I was there, we played at the top of the Conrad. You were there, right, Brian?
Yeah, that was the first time I jumped in and played with you guys.
What did we play? 1-2 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 1-2. Yeah.
Dude, that was kind of balling. Like I remember walking into it. Josh was like, "I got this game going on." I'm like, "All right." I walk in. I'm like, "Oh, like this is legit. I'm about to lose money."
Yeah, it was. Let's see, it was us three. Then Cam Moss, he was at Big Spring at the time. Tristan from Big Spring, Braden Roundtree from William Ward. Yeah.
Unless they didn't want to know that they were playing poker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But maybe we should have thrown out names. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. Braden.
But hey, real quick, but I want to ask you about this. Did you watch the Grammys last night?
Oh yeah, we were texting about it.
Yeah, any thoughts on it? Do you have some of your good performances or not so good performances?
I thought all the performances were fine. I liked the Ozzy tribute. I thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
I like the Tyler.
I just
Tyler's always great.
Yeah,
I'm not big on it. Not big on it. I know I'm not hating on him. Whatever. I guess it sounds like it, but
no. Did you read Lefsetz this morning?
I started reading it. I haven't finished it yet.
He
was kind of ripping into some people.
Oh, dude, he ripped them apart. But he did say one thing that I agree with, where like I think Latin music and country music are the big stories right now in the music industry. Like it's what's crushing, and the Grammys is like still pushing pop, and I don't even know anybody that's listening to this stuff.
14-year-old people.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Yeah,
but like
you're not wrong.
But Bad Bunny won a couple of awards on the televised, but like Jelly Roll was the only country televised award. No rock was televised at all. At all. Like that was crazy. Turnstile won for a rock album. And I wanted to see those kids online. Like this stuff is crushed. I mean, on TV, this stuff's crushing. Don't make them do the fucking early day, that weird. I don't know if you've ever been, but like it's just weird when you're on the untelevised part.
No, I don't get invited to things like that.
You just invite yourself, dude.
Yeah, you just show up. You just be like, I'm on the list, and just walk past them.
Yeah, just point. Be like, I know that guy.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, no.
Yeah,
Well, John,
as with getting into a concert backstage, if you walk with confidence, most people don't question you.
Yeah.
Also, just have your tour.
Shouldn't let that secret out, but
yeah, just have your tour laminates and just walk past and be like, "Hey, Frank," and they'll be like, "What?"
I walk like Wayne and Garth, like with my laminate, just like my girlfriend's back there. A lot of people's girlfriends are back there. Well, John, man, I appreciate you coming on. You talking to you and talking to somebody from the festival world I was really wanting that side, represented on here. So I appreciate you coming on, and try not to take me for everything tonight on the tables.
I'll see you boys on there tonight.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
absolutely,
man.
John. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, dude. I like old John, man. He's a good guy. The first time I met him like in like work scenarios and stuff like that. But like playing poker with him that night and stuff like that was really fun. And
Yeah, I'd booked quite a few shows with him, especially Salvage Station. I think I might have done something on 420. I at least talked to him about 420 and some other concert series. But when he came to town to play that poker game, he might have been in town for something else, but he was a part of the poker game. And, him and I ended up hanging out, and then we started the online thing. And there's a few of us, gotten pretty close, gotten pretty tight. And that's kind of why I started that initially, was to have like a industry sort of
connection,
hang, and got a bunch of agents and promoters on there now, and it's kind of taken off. And
that's the thing that I want people to learn from this podcast too, man. Like, you don't realize how many moving parts, I mean, you have your talent buyers, you have your managers, you have your agents, and and that's, and if y'all are out there and y'all want to know, like, ask, because I mean, there's still stuff that, like, I get confused by, like you talk to John and you're like, he's like, I'm a talent buyer. Yeah. You're like, well, what's the difference between that and an agent? You know what I mean? Like, so I want people to like really understand, especially smaller, bands that are coming up.
So to break it down, I'm an agent. I represent artists.
Like the McCullough kid. My DJ said that I will be on his website next week, guys.
So I represent artists exclusively, and I deal with promoters and talent buyers. So think of me as the salesman, but I'm trying to negotiate the best deal for the artist. The promoter is the person or entity that's putting up the money and investing in the show.
Right.
And
they're also the ones that, I hate to say it like this, but if you get a really good promoter, they're going to work really hard to get people at the show, because they
that's the word, promoting.
Right. That's what they're trying. But sometimes you will run into some decent, but that's their thing. Like, they want to make their money back. That's the person that puts the money up. They want to make that back. And
a talent buyer is somebody that works for the promoter and actually, like, let's say the money person, in the case we mentioned, Sweetwater 420, that's a brewery.
Right.
They're not active in the music industry.
Right.
So they do this festival once a year and they put up money, and they want a ROI. They want a return on their investment, I'm sure. Or I don't know their deal, but you know what I mean. But they need somebody that actually has music industry connections to negotiate these deals and know how to reach out to agents and actually get stuff done, who's respected, who's known. Because if, they have the intern just start reaching out, it's never going to go anywhere.
Right.
So even though it's their money, they need to contract with a talent buyer that has the connections and gets it done. So he's the talent buyer, but he's not the promoter, because it's not his money. He's working for the promoter.
Yeah, and it's all like the middleman.
Sort of, but it's all and the argument is, well, everybody's got their hands in the agent or the artist's pocket, but that's not the case. Really and truly, only the agent does. Me, but I also am working out the best deal I can secure for the artist. And with that comes deposits, contracts, and knowing what I'm doing. The artist doesn't know that these promoters and the talent buyers are legit, so I'm vetting them, and, making sure to the best of my ability everything goes smoothly. Yeah, and that's what I'm paid for.
Yeah, I guess another question too is, because I know young bands and stuff like that, they will hound an agent or I guess, okay, and I know you said this, don't be wordy. How many emails do you think is appropriate before it's like, hey, let's move on to something else? Like, if you're not one, you think it's one?
I mean, I'm the key. Like, my LinkedIn title is professional circling back enthusiast. Yeah. Because I'm, as an agent, like, I'm always like, hey, circling back here. But if you're an artist, I mean, let's say two, just give me some time between it. And but after two, man, come on. Like, I can miss one email, but two.
Let's say two's the cutoff.
I'm ignoring you at this point.
Also, but I will say this, man. Like, especially if you're a young man and you're listening to this, you're gonna hear 1,000 no's before you hear a yes.
Yeah, or you're not going to hear them, but understand that silence is a no.
Silence is a no?
Yeah.
I don't know if it is.
Dude, if I'm ignoring your emails,
It's a no.
It's a no. It's a not right now.
Right.
But I'm too busy to respond.
Right. I wouldn't say it's necessary. Because I don't want people to get discouraged, man. Because, dude, dude, I've heard 1,000 no's.
Yeah, I do think artists tend to reach out way too early.
Right.
And that's one thing. I want them to have the tools in their back pocket in their toolbox to do it themselves before they need an agent.
Yeah.
And because they're reaching out way too, they're playing a bar and grill in their hometown and go, oh man, they love us. We need to be on the road. You can help us get on the road. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Right.
No one knows who you are.
Right.
So you're asking me to leverage my connections to get you paid on the road at real venues, not bar and grills. So I'm talking hard ticket venues where nobody knows you, so nobody's going to be there. How does that benefit you? How does that benefit me? How does that benefit the promoter? How does that benefit the venue? So just wait and, learn these skills and develop it yourself until it reaches the level where you need somebody that's a professional and coming in. And I think that's what needs to be done. And just slow down. Don't rush.
Right.
But don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't. But I think
Please stick to the river and the lakes that you're used to.
But I mean, I think, and I think, I hate to say it like this, but I think TikTok has kind of destroyed people's expectations because they think like, okay, I'm doing this now, I should be at this level. And I like what you're saying is wait, man, like wait and let it build and get out. And because, dude, you can hit these venues up and be like, hey, I'd love to come play. Figure out if there's an open mic, go do that. Start like that. Build in your hometown. Yeah,
but also branch out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely branch out, but never say no to a gig.
Yeah, I mean, it's just your hometown is a safety net because you're gonna have your family and friends there. It's not real. Right. Whenever you go 100 miles away, it's real.
Always heard that you're gonna get more respect. I forget what the saying was, but I remember for the longest time we would play in Alabama and like people just didn't care because they'd seen us all that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so that's a discouraging thing too, because you're like, man, I'm going home to like my home, and then like nobody cares, and then you go to New York City and you're selling out rooms, and you're like, oh, okay, like I like this a lot better. Yeah.
I mean, there's that too. I know the saying you're talking about, and I can't remember, but like you're not a saint in your hometown or something. Right. But yeah, I mean, but still, there is a safety net there where, especially when you're just starting out, that your family and friends are going to come, your girlfriend, the opening band's girlfriends, like there's going to be somebody there.
Yeah.
But then if you go 100 miles away, like, that starts dwindling, but develop that fan base, build a radius, build a circle, and start hitting and cultivating those markets. And I think then you've developed a real touring business and can actually expand upon it.
Yeah, I always like the saying Dave Grohl, he was talking about like being a band. He was like, get in your garage and suck. Just get in and suck, and then go out and play and just. I think that's the mentality you have to have, man, because dude, the road's not easy, man. Like, it will chew you up and spit you out if you're not ready for it. So I like what you're saying, kind of wait and just build it up. And
you mentioned, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic. Like TikTok, dude, I met this guy at this festival, last year, and he was a newer act, and I think this might have been one of his first real gigs, like away from his home. But I was out front watching one band set, and he comes up. It was the band that I represented, and he comes up, and I can hear him talking because he's standing right next to me, and he's telling his wife, he's like, "Oh, these guys, they got to be signed to be like this tight." And I'm like, "No, this is just touring. Like this is just." Because they do this every night.
Right.
And he's like, you got to be signed and have like just all this gear and stuff. It's like, no, they're professionals. We're an independent act, but
Right.
and but he's being this know-it-all, like, oh, they're definitely signed. I don't say anything. But then I'm backstage, and there's this couch kind of away from people, this outdoor festival, and I'm like, I'm exhausted, so I just want to chill on this couch for a minute. And I go sit there, and then here the same guy comes up, and he nice enough kid, but green.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, so who you here with? And I mentioned, he's like, oh, I saw them earlier. He's like, hey, he's like, are they signed? And I was like, no. And it just kind of like blew his mind right then. But then he started, I guess he had a TikTok thing that went semi-viral, and that was like why he was at this festival. So he introduced himself, and he goes, you probably heard my song.
Oh, God.
And I listened to it. I was like, and it wasn't horrible, but I'm like, dude, I've never heard this in my life.
No.
Like, what a way. Don't introduce yourself like that, because it sets me up to be an asshole.
Yeah.
When I haven't heard it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude.
If I had, then it makes you feel like you're,
Yeah,
Robert Plant.
Right.
But
don't act like the smartest guy in the room, and that you, and also don't act in this business, man. And I'll say this because I'll always talk about this. I hate when people say I deserve this. Because you know what I mean? Like in this business, man, you don't, like, you've got to work for it. It's just, there are people that look, and a lot of luck has to happen, but you don't deserve anything in this business. You got to work for it. And if it happens, it happens. No, do I think there are people that have hit the road for 100, whatever. And they deserve it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
well, it's like last night. Who won New Artist on the Grammys?
That was, Olivia Dean.
Livy Dean, that's right. So she wins Best New Artist, in her acceptance speech, she thanks her manager and says, we've been at this for 10 years.
Yeah.
So brand new artist, it only took 10 years to,
Right.
And that's 10 years with a manager and a team like that.
You think of like bands like that, like Blackberry Smoke, man, they didn't hit until about 20 years in. And
yeah, that was just grinding the road. And I mean, they're still an independent act. They're not on the Grammys.
Dude, if you go see them live, man, they rock. They're just,
dude, I've been seeing them since the first time I saw them was 15 people in the crowd at the Supper Club.
Yeah.
And in Auburn.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they definitely.
They used to play the Oceanic Creek Lodge. They used to play Rick's Place in LaGrange. Like, it was.
Well, that's the thing, man. Is like people want it quick and stuff like that. But it, like, their fans have grown with them, and it's it's kind of like the Allman Brothers route. Like we always talk about that. Is like I don't want to build. I don't want to just have success. I want to build a career.
Yeah, I mean, Allman Brothers were a weird one because they had 2 albums out and then really took off whenever they were already doing theaters. They Live at the Fillmore was like 3 nights.
Yeah.
But that's when that live album came out is what took them over.
Yeah.
Even though they had the 2 ones before that. And what's funny is they played my dad's high school prom. They had 2 albums out, and we're still playing proms.
Yeah.
And signed the contract earlier that year to play the junior senior prom. Then Live at Fillmore comes out and blows up, but they still honored the contract and played. My dad had a cool life, dude. Like, crazy circumstance. Like, met the Ramones at Alex Cooley's Electric Ballroom. Allman Brothers play his prom. Now it was the junior senior prom. He was a sophomore and a freshman, and he couldn't find a junior date. So he just hung out outside and listened to it out the windows. And then the next year, his sophomore year, they had Big Brother and the Holding Company play.
Nice.
So he was super excited to become a junior. He was like, oh, who they're going to get this year? And it was like some fucking local band. All right, dudes. Thank y'all for tuning in. We actually, this went a little longer. Got some bracket stuff, but I think we'll hold off on that till next week. Got a couple of more that got DQ'd and qualified, but keep the text coming at 615-699-1015. Check out the bracket at bracket.afterloadout.com, afterloadout@gmail.com. We got a ton, man. Patreon,
Instagram,
Facebook, discord.afterloadout.com. Come chat with us. Yeah, man. But keep them coming, and then next week we'll do a deep dive on the bracket and see where we're at, and start getting ready for March Madness and narrowing down the best 90s alt rock one hit wonder.
Yep, right here on After Loadout here in the Brookstone Studios, brought to you by the Wallet Drum Key, Signal Fire Agency, and Georgia Fire Hot Sauce. We will see you guys next week.
Make 'em say